deep dime store hood.
The Escape Pod.
Welcome to Turnstile Records presents The Escape Pod Season 4.
Episode 1, Season 4.
Yes, up in the pod with my main man Danoz and Timmy Tarko. I am Jezbot. Hello,
So,
boys.
Did you just introduce us?
Yep.
Okay,
Sounded like
great.
you did.
Off the hook.
Yep.
Yeah,
How you go?
Good to be with you.
And also with you.
It is a weekend session.
Yes.
As opposed
These
to
ones always feel
midweekly.
good. Yeah, you feel just relaxed and
There's daylight,
in the zone.
and you've got all the time in the world.
Yeah,
All the time in the world. Oh, is your wife and kids still away?
they are.
So there you go.
It seems like they're going to be away for a long
So
time.
Danoz's house for a party, you really must go.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
We should have a poker night at least.
we
Poker in the front and liquor in the rear. Am I right, boys? Am I right? Am I right?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
so we haven't
yeah.
seen you since China Really Must Go. Great work, Danoz.
Thanks.
that was good fun.
Thanks, Jezbot.
It's good
No
fun.
worries, no worries.
Did you catch that episode, or did you just live it?
I lived it and caught it. I also like the fact that Danoz Bot 3000 was going
Far
to
superior.
take
Far
you
superior.
down.
One question though, Dan. The poo toilet, the poo tickets. What did you call it?
Poo to wee ratio.
The swimming pool that smelled like turd.
yeah.
the Toe Jam factory.
Yeah, Toe Jam Factory.
Did
you really
you
must
actually
go.
swim in the water?
No, fuck no. Fuck no. No, well, I wasn't actually technically permitted to swim in the water for fear of fucking making this fucking poo fucking juice swimming
Yeah.
pool.
No, fuck no.
Yeah, I had to wear these like plastic bag waders, and it was just retarded because there was like water fountains spewing out from other areas.
Yeah, because it had water. Because it was like one of those kids' fun park play centers things.
Yes.
Were you getting sprayed with the filthy water?
Yes.
So they're not protecting you
No.
from. They're not giving you mouth plastic bags and head plastic gear to protect you from the water. So they're trying to stop the water from getting any more toe jammy.
Yeah, but the main issue was that this was untreated water that was sitting at about 45 degrees,
And so
which
is it?
means that it was like
So it's a
bath-
breeding
bath
ground.
water.
Yeah, and
Right.
is it humid?
It's actually
up in-
making me feel a bit queasy.
You are a sympathetic spirit. I love that about you, Dan.
It was just terrible.
Is there? Was it humid like you when you go to the local pools, indoor pools? So you're breathing in the
Yeah,
particles.
no, it was a whole other level. It was like being in a
Sauna.
It was sort of the roof height would have been the same as the escape pod here
Oh my
this
god, that's
afternoon.
not.
So
not
there
enough.
was just not
Yeah.
enough room for air circulation. Jen's mum actually, at one stage, seeing how much fucking sweat was pouring off me, actually went along the whole side of the building and opened up all of the windows.
I thought she was going
Okay.
to suggest you had a swim to cool down, but
Yeah,
No,
yeah. Just
no.
spray some of that water on your face. So one popular thing that we wanted to bring back was
Mind meld.
It's the news.
Yes, we did.
yes.
You were at the production meeting 5 minutes ago.
So how does it go, Tim?
It goes north,
East,
West.
south.
It's the news.
and previously our Lucky Bot
Yes.
created an intro. So even though we do that intro, let's play his intro too.
Sure.
Bing, bing. I love it.
They've built these mosques and they have cars parked across their driveway, or they have rubbish thrown over their fences.
That's absolute rubbish.
North, East, West, South. Escape Pods presents Fake News.
Just like that.
Bataki ham.
Sweet Kentucky hams. I love that commercial.
You do.
Yep, sweet Christmas Kentucky hams.
Have you ever had a Bataki ham?
I don't know. Are you coming on to me?
Yes. Okay.
So it's the
It is the news. It is the news. And the first story comes from the IndianExpress.com. Here it is.
Straight into the old talker.
Me. Okay.
You, yeah.
Spooky. There's a reason why the phone number 0888-888-888 has been suspended. All its users are dead.
Ooh.
Yes. Now this is This is from October 27th, 2016. So that's
Can
old news.
we just pause on your news story just for 1 second?
Yes.
It's clearly apparent almost immediately that one thing hasn't changed from season 3 to season 4.
Preparation.
Fuck you.
People cannot read.
Look, I'm fucking trying to hold the mic and...
That's
Anyway.
what she said.
As you may know, there are a lot of hotels which do not have the floor number 13 or even a room number 13 because it's considered haunted and inauspicious. Right?
Whack-a-dack-a-doodle.
Do
Yeah.
you get down with the 13?
I grew up living at number 13.
So was that considerably unlucky? What did you say?
Nope.
Do you have a lucky number? Because we're
Yes,
talking about lucky
I
numbers.
do have a lucky number. My
What's
lucky
yours?
number is 4.
Four. Is that the kind of number? When I say lucky number, is that the number that keeps popping up in your life?
No.
Or is that separate?
You know how previously we've discussed how fucking 11:11?
Yes.
You always look at your phone
Sure thing.
at 11:11?
Yep.
Well, recently, just to demonstrate to everyone that it's actually a real thing,
Yep.
every time I see 11:11 pop up on my phone, which seems like every day,
Yep.
I'm
Take a
taking
screenshot.
Taking
Yeah.
a screenshot.
Okay, so quick segue there to the other night. That's night on the couch. Vanessa's talking about lately it's been 11:10 for her. Like she'll check the phone and it
Okay.
will be 1 minute earlier.
Okay. I don't think 11:10 is special. The fact that you see 4 ones in a row makes it special.
Is it special, or is it just because everybody's saying it? It becomes like a collective consciousness kind of thing. If I put out 11:10, are you guys and the listener now going to notice 11:10 and go, "Hey, he was right."
Do you go 10, 11 as well?
I'll report back, but it's an unremarkable collection of numbers.
You know, it happens twice a day.
Yeah,
Even a broken clock is right twice
it?
a day. Yes. Anyway,
it's very deep.
it
Very
is.
deep.
Now,
88.
as where I was the 888s. People don't have the 13th floor. Yes. So
Can I
our
just
built-
interject?
Well-
Sorry. 8 and 8 and 8, 8 and 8 is actually the most
lucky number
lucky
in Chinese culture.
In Chinese culture.
Yes.
My house number is 448. Right, 4s are considered unlucky in Chinese culture.
Are they?
But if 2 4s are together, that equals 8. So my house number being 448, it actually interprets to 88. So it's highly
Oh
lucky.
my God.
Am I right or am I wrong? Have you heard that? Because you're immersed in the Chinese culture now.
All I
mean.
really...
Continue.
All I really know is that 8 is very lucky.
Okay.
Thanks for shutting me down.
Yeah.
But it's not, because this story says it's not.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, a Bulgarian number has been suspended has been suspended forever after the company observed a pattern. The pattern where all of its owners died. The Jinx phone number is 0888-888-888, right? The first owner of the number was a CEO of a company, Vladimir Grasenhov. Reportedly, he died from cancer, the big C, in 2001, according to Mail Online. His cancer was rumored to have been caused by a business rival using radioactive poisoning.
Or otherwise known as smoking cigars.
Yes. The number was then taken up by a mafioso named Konstantin Dimitrov, who was also killed in 2003 by an assassin in the Netherlands, where he had gone to inspect his $500 million worth of drug empire. Reportedly, he was gunned down by Russian mafioso who were jealous of his phone number. No, of him. It was also said that he had the phone with him when he died. Okay, so mafioso, seeing a pattern here, right?
Yep.
The third man who took up the number was businessman Konstantin Dashilev, who was killed in 2005 in Bulgaria's capital, Sofia, reportedly outside an Indian restaurant. I don't know why that's relevant, but just a restaurant.
Thanks for
Unless
mentioning it.
unless it's curry related.
It's a really nice curry. You should check it out down there. I'm dead.
Yeah.
Mail Online reported that Dashilev was also running a cocainous trafficking operation. The case is still open.
Okay.
So since 2005, the number has been suspended, and whoever calls it will only hear the message outside network coverage.
Okay, so it's not unregisterable.
Yeah, they won't take it up.
I think
Because-
the takeaway from this particular story is don't get into either a relationship with the mafia or drug trafficking in Bulgaria.
Yeah.
I think that was
Stay away
the
from
moral of the story.
Yeah, because when I went to New York, really must go. We went past a street sign on the entrance to a subway, and it was for an insurance company. I think it was insurance or something to do with claiming, damages or whatever. They might have been lawyers, but
The
their
restaurant
number
or
very
a train station?
It was a train station, and very easy to remember, and that was 888-8888-8888.
Okay.
And I took a photo of it, which I can't find on my phone. I was just trying to find then, because it's so ridiculous. So
As an address.
as a number, continuous numbers.
Yeah. What's this? Is this a guy trying to call 888-888? It may be. Oh, that's a video game. Anyway. Never mind.
Top
Never
score.
mind.
Very interesting.
Very interesting
Is
indeed,
there,
Tim.
Really,
is there
really
any
interesting.
other spooky phone numbers
Spooky
that are
phone
out there?
numbers. Well,
Have you noticed that every phone number in Hollywood land is 555?
555 555
Now, if
555.
you call 555, that's Moorabbin.
Okay.
Yeah, which is a
Should
Melbourne.
we call Moorabbin?
No, I think we
should I? Do you want me to do a prank call right now?
You
Call.
go.
But give me a number. 555.
555 1234.
Okay, that sounds fake enough. Let's try it. All right. 555
Yes.
1
2 3 4 5
we need-
6
no.
7.
1 2 3 4
You need 95555.
95555.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a second. I'll try that again.
Or 1 2 3 4.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, let's see because that could possibly be the fakest number ever made up.
That's the
1
kind
2
of number,
3 4.
An
Moron.
idiot would put on his luggage.
Save that for the next episode.
That the number you have dialed has been disconnected.
Oh.
Advises that the number you have dialed has been disconnected.
Previously,
Morons
Cursed?
calling up.
Yeah, they were
It's
just
cursed?
getting pranked
No, we're
every
getting
single
sick.
day.
all right. Well, let's see. Give me 9555.
55555.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. 5555.
93201900. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay,
Okay.
what about
So that
what
worked.
about 8888?
Yeah, let's try it.
8888.
Do I have to go
Do it.
9
No,
8 8
just
8?
No, just do that.
I
8
said
8
8 8 8.
8888.
8 8 8
Yes.
8 8 8 8.
8.
Okay, let's try it.
Calling the main options that we're currently unavailable to take your call at the moment, but please leave your name and number and we'll return your call promptly. Thank you.
This is Timmy Taco from Turnstile Records presents the Escape Pods. We're just doing a little expose on the number 888-888-888. Please call me back. Appreciated. Let's see if we can do a follow
See
up
what
on
happens.
that upcoming episode.
Jesus. It's
So
a
there
very-
really is a number.
Well,
It's
that's
hardly
So-
cursed.
It's hardly cursed.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
you would have to be a drug dealer, though. Yeah,
He
in
could
order
be.
for the curse to really be cursedy.
He was quite well spoken for a drug dealer, though. Don't you
Yeah,
think?
well, don't
maybe that's a cover.
stereotype. Don't stereotype. Yeah.
Takes all types, you think?
Yeah, it takes all types.
Okay.
They're not all
Drug
straight.
dealing takes all types.
Yeah, it does.
We'll take all types.
The next story.
Boo!
Let's see if we can get through at least the title. All
Well,
right.
I'll tell you what. To help you out, I'll go and get a beer.
Okay, good.
Don't miss the story.
Yeah, that's right. This one reads, Possessed Chucky-style doll filmed talking and moving. Let's start again. Possessed Chucky-style doll filmed talking and moving despite having batteries taken out.
Now, have we got footage of this?
Apparently so, Tim.
Is it available on that news article, or do we have to search it separately?
Well, looks like it's on YouTube's.
All right, because I think what would be good is if we watch the Chucky doll and assess whether it's
The
a puppet
situation.
or a faked scenario.
I think we should. Creepy doll possessed by spirit terrifies bystanders. I've pressed play and it is currently loading up.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
So
She looks
if we have to
looks-
cut out the time in which we're watching it, that's
Right,
fine.
and plus the ad they're going to fucking make me watch, which is
Jesus.
just like... here we go. Here it is.
What's the report say?
It just seems to me that any moron with a half a
Battery.
it's not all right. Let's see what he says. Hold on. In one clip, the blonde doll responds and moves its head as one man talks to her before she turns towards him and winks. Is everything all right here?
Yes, it's going.
Okay.
Good. A Chucky-style doll said to be possessed by a spooky spirit has been terrifying occult believers. Look.
Okay,
Look,
so
look.
This is what I think from watching the video. This is what I
Batteries.
think that
Remote control.
Sometimes when you take a battery out of an item and there's a little red light that indicates the battery's in, then you take like a smoke alarm and you take the battery out, and there's a little tiny piece of phantom power that
Keeps
is
the light going for a bit.
just for a second.
Yep.
Who's to say that a doll?
Seems-
Because you guys aren't big on the old ghostity ghost, right?
No, not really. It just seems odd, Tim, that this Chucky-style doll, as they keep referring it to, is just sitting in the middle of the park on a park bench.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
So
Well, I
why?
think that's Slow News Day. Somebody looking at YouTube, they get caught by their boss, and
Yeah.
they're like, "No, I'm researching a story." Our good friend of the show, Chris, little Chris, he had the same toy as myself, right? It's as Mason, my son. It's a tall plastic sort of rocket thing.
Yep.
Kind of like a Fisher-Price-esque
Yep.
space rocket. It's got 4 buttons on the side. Each makes a very distinctive sound. One's like a rocket takeoff. Another one is like a countdown. And then some other generic sounds, which are like a laser shoot or something kind of very predictable.
Spacey.
So he's got the same toy at his place.
Yes.
He's had a couple weird things happen at his house, which are enough to make him go, "Ugh, something's weird in this place," right? He's got a boardwalk that goes leading across over his lounge, and it's like a walkway. It goes up the stairs.
Mezzanine
Yeah,
sort of
almost.
thing. Yeah.
There's a wooden floor, and he's heard something walking from one side of it to the other when just standing there and watching it. You can actually hear the sound going from one side to the other. He really has no reason to lie. He's just said, "That's weird."
Yeah.
He's had another instance where he was looking at the baby monitor, checking on his daughter sleeping, and swore that he could see somebody standing in the corner, like a shadowy thing, whether it was a trick of the camera or something.
He didn't investigate.
He investigated, of course, nothing there, but enough to go, get a new baby monitor.
Get a new baby.
Get a new baby. Yeah. This one's broke.
well,
Wait a minute.
yes.
And then the rocket. So his
yes.
child is playing with the rocket and then puts the rocket to the side, and then the rocket goes into automatic mode, which
Yep.
it doesn't have because I've got the same thing.
Yep.
But he said it played a sound that was kind of really chilling. He said it really sounded like an open air recording of children playing in a playground. You could hear several children. But he said I could hear like it was an open space.
Area.
Yeah, and there was several children in the distance, some close up.
Strange.
Crazy.
Very strange. So
Well, I've got
Power,
Phantom Power.
battery's
It's fun-
going
funny.
dead.
Funny you should say that.
Ghostity ghost.
Was up at the pub on Thursday with Jamie Lips, and he was telling me about a ghost car. One of his mates that he lives with it's like a Hilux or one of those things, and he's been doing it up, and it's pretty much fucked. And they were all standing around. Now, Jamie witnessed this because I said, I'm going to tell this story, man. So, like, were you there or was this second hand?
Or
He's
is a
like,
friend of a friend of mine?
Yeah, no, he said, I saw it happen. They were sitting around the fire. The car was in the driveway parked, and it fucking started to roll. I said, right.
The engine started.
Okay. And apparently it's happened again. So I'm going, okay, start a motor. There's
a short out in the ignition.
I said, is your driveway on a slight slope? He goes, yes. So it can gain momentum as the humidity changes.
How new is the Hilux?
It's old.
Because the new cars, when they pull up at the lights and they sound like they're off, like
they turn off.
They do turn off.
Yeah.
So does it take more? Just as a little side thing, does it take more petrol turning the car on and turning the car off?
It's electric.
It's electric, is it? So it's
some of them are.
No. So all of the modern cars have this
cut off,
turn off at lights.
Okay, so that's drawing from the battery power, right?
Yeah, and it's charged by is it kinetic energy when you're putting your brakes on? It charges up the battery, doesn't it?
That's what the alternator does.
So it connects to the ignition, connects to the battery, and it's started by a connection which gives electrical charge, which starts the process of starting the engine, right?
Yes.
So if there's a short in the wires, you wouldn't need the motor to kick in. You need something to be going wrong with the wiring to create a charge
spark.
in the battery,
yes.
thus starting the thing, creating the spark, starting the motor.
Or poltergeist.
Or Ghost Diddy Ghost Ghost. Hilux Ghost.
But all of this hypothesis is based on the fact that every time you see a car getting stolen in a movie, they yank the cords out from underneath the dash and they join two together and bingo,
bingo, bango.
Is that possible?
I've never done it. Have you?
No, true. But you go touchity touch, and the engine starts. So there has to be some kind of short going on.
Sure.
So it's being old.
Two frayed wires happen to...
More possibility of it happening for starters.
And you know that wires, they move. So if you, in your house or whatever, they can expand and contract and move around. If you slow, the time lapse some wires, and they're moving around. They're doing.
Are they?
Yeah, they're doing octopussies with their wiries, right?
So they heat up and they move.
They move. They shrink. They go. They do. So
that'd make for riveting television,
wouldn't it? Well, dude, I tell you what isn't riveting television. Doing the research just before Tim and the woman with the. It's a really.
You got to look out. We're looking up eating sound effects for the next part of the show.
Okay.
The second half of the show, and there's a woman on there eating
gherkins,
pickles.
Okay.
Giant cock-sized pickles. Right? But she's got the volume turned up so loud that she has to whisper.
It's like a really good microphone. And then everything she's doing,
everything she's saying, it's foul.
I don't think I could watch that.
No, I don't think, because you're a sympathetic vomiter, right? Does that set you off?
No, it just makes me want to punch things. Yeah.
So would you believe it's a 17-minute video?
And you watched all 17 minutes?
Wow.
It's tempting.
And she claims that
how was she eating the pickle?
With her mouth.
Yeah, with her mouth.
Was this on a open porn site? Or
no, it was on a YouTube.
She claims it's purely for relaxation. It's not about the eating and the sound effects. It's more about, I'm creating a video here for relaxation, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a giant pickle.
Giant fucking pickle. It's a big pickle.
Oh, this is a nice one. Oh, and I wanted to eat a cucumber, but I didn't have any.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
if you're going to eat a cucumber,
just go get one.
And you know you're going to eat a cucumber in a show, go get a cucumber.
Well, I think a gherkin basically is a cucumber.
It's a pickle, yeah.
It is.
It's a pickle.
It is.
So then we delve deeper, and sure enough, there's a lot of videos of just
her whispering,
people and other people eating Deli meats.
I really do question. Now, I don't want to offend any of our fat listeners.
Okay.
But if you are that way inclined, don't do a YouTube show where you're eating stuff and that's your YouTube show. If you've heard our Fefanusa
Yes. Sample.
That's an eating show where she cooks something and then she eats it.
Okay.
You know,
But
So
she's
I
got like
think it is
60,000.
I think it's a soft porn.
Well, Nigella has a
concept.
bit of a soft porn sort of approach, and
Sure
she
she
always
does.
eats her food at the conclusion of her cooking shows.
Yeah, I'm talking about big fat fucking bitches.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut that bit out. That's all right. I intend to cut that out.
Don't cut that out.
No.
Yeah, there's a whole range of different foods. I mean, look, this is the thing. Sexuality is
Yeah.
fluid. It's there's a little bit of the left, a little bit of the right. Sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that. It's not so cut and dry, cut and paste and black and white and all that kind of business and noise. Most of it is look, I want to drink Bailey's
feeding fetish.
drink Bailey's out of an old boot. I want to sometimes I just want to eat carrots. See a big black woman eat carrots, like whispering. into my-
Whisper carrots. Eat that whisper carrot.
It doesn't all have to be penetration, Tim and Dan.
Yep. Yep.
Sometimes it's fart cake.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's Brazilian fart porn. I don't know. Like,
Felching.
That's 2 fart porns. That's 3 arse-related things, guys. Anyway, all right. Next
Newsling news. Third story, and probably the last for the.
This segment
one.
might have to have a line ruled under it.
No, it doesn't.
I like this one. I just basically know it. Olympic long jumper loses her wig during the high jump of long jump. She
During the actual jump.
During the jump, an Olympic athlete had a fashion mishap during a competition, but handled it like a real champion. Long jumper Blessing Oakenbear. Oakigbear was.
Is that her name? Blessing.
Yep. Blessing. I heard a woman that's just been busted for revealing secrets in America. Her name was Reality Winner. Look that up.
Sounds like her parents won a reality show.
Yeah.
Name that child.
Oh, they boned on like Big Brother, and then they won
Reality
because they
winner.
boned, and then that's a result.
That was
Long
the
jumper
prize.
Blessing Oakenbear was competing in Oslo, Norway this week when she took a leap into viral fame. Ooh. When the Olympic medalist landed, her wig fell off her head. A moment captured by TV cameras. Now there you go, boys. There's the long
There's a
jumper
wig
there,
lying in
and
the
there's the
sand.
wig in the back.
Okay.
So
She's
that's,
wigging out.
She wasn't embarrassed by the situation, or she didn't show it. Instead of wigging out,
He's still my bit.
she waited for her mark to be measured, 6.21 meters, which is a fucking long way.
But where did they measure it from? Because
The wig.
you have to measure it from the wig.
Yeah,
Don't
true.
you?
Yeah, what?
Can I just say that
yes.
I sympathise with her because when I took my death roll during my last sports event, running at the
School sports.
school sports,
Yeah,
you really must
you
go.
broke your leg.
I did the death roll, and there's nothing more humiliating than walking back the 1.5 meters to pick up your hat. Just chuck my hat back on. Hey, that's like losing a wig in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I'm not a bald man,
No.
but there is a bit of shame walking back to pick something up in order to walk forward to
For
finish
sure.
to finish the race.
Well,
Did you finish the race in a run, or were you like limping?
No, I just walked. I just like shrugged it off like I'm cool with it.
dude,
Yeah,
I don't
I'm cool with it.
even like backtracking at the supermarket. Like I find that hideously embarrassing. Like I've gone through the aisle, and then we'll be a few aisles up, and Cass go, "Oh no, we need the corn syrup or something."
Okay,
I was
so
like, "I'm not going back. Can't go
Can't go
backwards.
back.
Can't go back.
So
I'm not picking up my hat."
So does that mean you have to shop at the same place every time, just so that you know where things are?
Got to be a creature of habit for sure.
Do you deliberately walk too fast down aisles so that you can't?
Oh my
actually...
god, I do. Yeah. Oh.
Well, this is it. You need enough. It needs to be at a speed that allows you to scan both sides
Read.
without looking like a whack job.
yeah.
Read every
Without looking
label,
like Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
every ingredient, every label.
You shouldn't have to do that.
Does your head in.
Yeah, but do you find you go to the supermarket and
I don't.
you really want to?
Leave?
Well, you want to go out. You want to come back with a trolley full of shit that you don't always fucking buy. Why do I always buy fucking carrots?
Yeah.
Do I even really particularly like carrots?
Unless it's
Why do I always end up with fucking carrots in my trolley?
There's a lot of carrots.
Yeah.
Because I want to
Yeah.
start a YouTube page where I'm just sitting there eating carrots in the kitchen by myself.
whispering
It's like,
CarrotEater.com.
I wish I had some celery, but all I had was these carrots. I'm gonna put this carrot
Yeah.
in my
There's
mouth.
so
It's true,
much
though.
shit. There's so much shit on supermarket shelves, and yet I always find myself coming back with an almost identical trolley every time.
Yeah. I think I do too. Yeah, I always seem to get the same stuff. And then
Can
I
of
shop
beans,
at.
can of spag.
Well, I shop at.
You
you know what?
got
I shop at Aldi's.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Aldi's over there.
Shout out, yep.
And I've looked down, and then I've found that everything that I buy has a blue packet.
Okay.
Okay,
It's a
yeah,
bit
right.
like my blue attire.
Your blue flannelette that you've always got permanently attached to your that you wear like a scarf. It's quite strange.
That I wear like a scarf.
Yeah, like a
Preppy.
like a preppy.
Yeah.
You're wearing it right now. Look down.
Yeah, so I am.
So, Oken,
Starting to smell, by the way.
OKGBARE.
What?
Oakbear later posted. This is how much of a professional she is. She goes, "Well, I've got to own this because it's going to go viral." So
I meant to do that.
she reposted it on an Instagram page, going, "Oh well, it is what it is." Then thanks for the
She owned it.
thanks for the heads
Because
up.
I think Trump does a bit of that.
Ownership.
There's a thing going out, the Fefe. Have you seen that?
Confefe.
Confefe?
Yeah.
Right? So he made a post which had a misprint in it because he doesn't read over his
for sure.
136 characters. Like, it's really fucking hard to overread his sentence. Everybody started to meme or whatnot about what the meaning of Confefe is, right? And then when it went viral, he posted up something to say, Confefe, what do you think it means? So he tried to claim ownership of it, so that when people looked it up and it went viral, it looked like, it went viral because he said, what do you think it meant?
Well, yeah, he's
Trying to own it.
he does, like, he has the ability to use the media to expand his brand.
I think he's a fucking moron, but the hairpiece, I think,
That's
is
a hot take from Dan. He's a moron.
Herpes or herpes?
His hairpiece has had to endure almost cyclonic winds on a number of occasions, and it's somehow managed to like stay attached. And he also has to get out of the presidential chopper all the time, and his hair just goes. But
sticks.
but it just doesn't go
This is
anywhere.
glue.
Yeah.
Strong stuff.
Do you want another one?
No, I reckon that's about it.
Okay,
I
cool.
reckon that's it. That's north.
East,
West,
south.
It's the news.
Let's cut to a break.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Johnny Lee Duffy presents Country Classics 2 with some of your old-time favorites, such as Prison Love is the Tenderest Love. Prison Love is the Tenderest Love. And the beautiful Old Grandma's Cooking Meth Again. Grandma's Cooking Meth Again, can't wait to eat it with my grits. And for the patriot in you, America Gives Me a Hard On in the Morning. America gives me a hard on in the morning. And remember this good old country classic, Never Kiss a Shotgun on the Mound. And for all you sweethearts out there, I'm making love to a bottle of Kentucky bourbon whiskey. So don't be delaying. Get on in your pickup truck and grab yourself a copy of Country Classics 2 today. And don't forget to tell them, Big Teddy Critter sent you.
That was our little break. That was our start of the show. Now we're into the other side of the show.
Oh, were you just about to say?
So yeah, this is the second half of the show where we've done 22 episodes of talking about movies. You should know how we do it and what we do. That is what we do.
So, the no clues so far. Oh, the first clue was up in the intro.
Yep.
So now it's story time, Tim.
Well, we'd like to pick
Take it away.
segments from the film that we've chosen for this episode.
Scenes from the
scenes that just have some kind of thing. Now we didn't want to go we didn't want to go too into this movie, but there were certain things that we went and started researching it, and it was sort of like, oh, holy shit, there's a whole other world that allows us. It's only a small scene of the film, but
geez, it opens up a world of
it does open up
internet
a whole other
content.
a whole other fucking world. Dangers of competitive eating.
Sure.
We're looking into it and what it takes to train yourself to be one of those competitive eaters. So, like, when you think competitive eating, what's your first food that you think of?
Hot dog stuck in the throat.
That's exactly what I think of. Hot dogs. What do you think of?
I just can't get the vision of Trent Hotspur sauce and his salad bowl of 2-minute noodles out of my head.
Is this an old story from our childhood
It
where
sure is.
one of our mates got like 17 packets of 2-minute noodles, put them all in a big bowl, got really, really high and drunk, and then proceeded to try to eat the entire bowl?
Correct.
Then almost died by vomiting on himself and
Alcoholic poisoning
acute
and-
alcohol poisoning
And hypothermia.
hypothermia caused by.
Us throwing a bucket of water on him to try to sober him up, just like in the movies.
Did that work at 2 below 0 degrees?
In a paddock. No, it didn't.
No.
Great. What happened when I got home and went, what the fuck are you idiots doing?
I don't remember.
We put a blanket on him.
Okay.
That's what I remember. Okay.
That's not here nor there,
Not that
Tim.
story? No.
No.
So this is in preparation for your eating competitions.
Yeah.
In particular, hot dogs.
You are the fastest beer sculler I know.
Thank you. You're right.
You are.
I am.
You are. What is your record?
Well,
We're talking glass
a
here
pint?
because you can't exactly slam
Well,
a
No,
can.
you can't slam a can. Or you can if you pierce it.
Yeah.
cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a cheat.
That's cheap. As far as
Yeah,
I'm
but like
concerned.
the pour is making it
I'll
slow for you.
I'll tell you
So
this
it's not
much.
kind of a cheat.
I'll tell you this much. I've never been beaten apart from once.
Yeah, what was
And that was beaten by a good friend of ours, long-time listener, first-time caller, Stevie Holsworth.
Okay.
He beat you.
He beat me. But I wasn't in competition mode. Like,
Had you already done it?
I'd
He
already
had a belly full of piss.
I already had a belly full of piss.
Because I was under the understanding that like first time, best time.
First time, best time for sure.
Okay.
It's because you can't. It's the unquenchable thirst, Tim. That first beer that you need to have for the day.
So if you did the first beer, you could probably beat your own personal record.
So I beat me every time that. But
Now are we talking glass, pot, pint,
I don't care.
schooner.
Pints is.
I've seen him do a pint, and it was impressive. You have to
Okay.
be. You can't help
All
but
right,
be
compare.
impressed.
Let's go. Have you ever done a yard glass?
Nah, look, that's just going to end up in kidney failure or vomit.
I think they're also hard to scull because of the
It's a real
shape.
skill.
It actually starts coming out with a little bit too much force.
Because it's a very wide. Like this is the thing. Whenever I drink a Powerade, it's a very wide mouth, so it like encourages the skull.
Yeah.
So it wants you to scull. So if you're going in the yard glass, which is very wide, but it
Well, it's
bends,
kinda like a-
it bends out like a trombone. It's
Yeah,
almost.
It's a bulb down the bottom, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
And then
it
a
is.
very like a yard. So what's that? 2 feet? I don't know what it is. 2 feet.
Yeah, it's big.
And it's our Prime Minister Bobby Hawke had the record there for a while. The yard glass.
Could be right.
Yeah. Now I have done a pint in under 3 seconds.
Okay.
So
So let's just say the theory of sculling a pot.
yes.
Right. So you open your throat up and you are literally pouring it down your throat. So you're not letting the gag function kick in.
No gag.
It kicks in after it's already passed the gag.
Two hours
point,
later
right?
when I'm throwing up in the toilet.
That's neither here nor there. That's not part of the competition.
Right.
We don't want to know what happens later. So you go,
Yeah.
are you inhaling?
Yeah, it's sort of like what you do is you stand up nice and tall, and you breathe. You get your breathing right because it's all from the diaphragm, I guess. And then you psych yourself up, and then you basically just pour the glass into the back of your throat, and then you just open up that bit, and it just swallows.
So
it
if you're
down.
going to try and beat your record of swimming underwater from one end of a pool to the other, as we all do, like how far can you go? How many laps can you do underwater? And then you get that deep breath.
3 meters.
right?
I'm
but
useless.
you get that deep breath, right, where you take
Yeah.
in extra. So you do the pre-breathe,
Correct.
and then in that breathe in,
Yes.
that's when you're doing the pour.
Yes, when it's all like you got to be ready for it. You got to be telling your throat this is about to happen. It's like I would imagine when you suck a big
Sausage, hot dog.
cucumber.
So these guys are in training and they claim it's hard work, inverted commas, quote unquote, and quote unquote, we push past the pain.
Yes.
Right. So are you pushing past pain, or are you
No.
going?
Oh,
no,
it's
you're
de-
not accepting the
It's
pain.
delightful. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah. But he wouldn't do it twice.
No, don't do it twice.
Yeah.
You'd
See,
do it
this is the
once.
thing. So you are acknowledging that it's gonna
Well, when
do
I've done
something
it,
to you.
when I've done it, seriously, maybe at the most a dozen times in my life, I make sure there's witnesses. So the what do you call it? The
There's
story,
no waste. It's not a
the-
waste
The
of,
story carries on. Like,
Yeah.
so I did it once, New South Wales with our brother, and it was a boat race, is what they do, and it's like 5 per side, 5 per team. New South Wales versus Victoria, and you get the first guy sculls it, puts it on his head.
Yeah. Upside down.
Second guy, third. So your anchor man, which is me, is the
Secret weapon.
secret weapon. So
Yeah. So
once it
relay
gets-
race is your
it's a
best
relay
race at
race,
the
but
end.
you got to do 2.
Is it?
So the anchor man has to do 2. So he sculls it, but then he's first in line again. So he has to do another one. So then it goes back through.
Okay.
So I make sure I did that on stage, and there was many people watching. So it's
It's a performance angst.
performance art.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just make sure I do it while lots of people are watching. But then that can backfire because
Then he yacked.
well, like the last time I did it at a pub, we walked away from it. I was walking home. I was pretty happy with myself, and because I was pissed. And Cass is like, "Dude,
Just
don't do that in front of people." Like, she opened my eyes. You
It
see,
has to be in front of people,
It's
though.
like we haven't met that new girlfriend, and the first thing she's seen you do within 2 or 3 hours is skull
so
a
she's only
fucking
concerned.
beer.
She's only concerned about herself.
Rep.
You're not going to just go
Don't
do
worry,
a
mate.
magic trick in front of a mirror
By
to get it
yourself.
right by yourself,
Yeah.
and then go, "Oh, I've got it great," and then go on stage and drop the cards.
But when did you actually first realise that you actually had this unbelievable skill?
I was sucking on it, yeah.
Pataki ham.
Pataki.
I think high school, down the tunnels,
Yeah.
someone said, let's have a sculling competition, and
Anyway.
I did it. And
Or were there cucumbers involved?
There might have been.
They may have been, because these guys, they do like a series of preparations for competitive eating.
I'm glad you said that.
So after a week, about a week after eating 62 hot dogs in 10 minutes to win Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest, Matt Stoney drove to a Hooters and bought some chicken wings, 200 of them. Right?
Okay.
By dinner time, he'd polished them off as a part of his training regimen for the Hooters Worldwide Wing Eating Championship to be held that Saturday in Clearwater, Florida. Oh, FLA.
What do you
Is that
get for it? Apart from
Well,
indigestion.
what do you get out of doing it live
True,
on
true,
stage
true,
in
true.
front of people? It's like, it is the ultimate bloody, like, look what I can do.
I did go to a ping pong show.
It's like
live
that Man versus Food show.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. I
Yeah,
don't really like
just it's really quite
doesn't
obscene.
make me when it, no,
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah,
No.
like
Stop.
anytime there's more than 4 patties on a burger, it's not a good burger.
I'm constantly saying to my wife, stop looking at me when I'm eating, right? So
Okay.
why do a show about that?
Do you reckon we could edit in just that woman just for a hot second at some stage?
I think we can.
Eating the cucumber.
Yeah. No, not.
I don't
not-
like it.
I don't like it either.
Well, I'm glad you said in preparation, Tim, for competitive eating, because I've got a bit of a manual here. I've got some how to get ready.
Tippity
Okay.
tip tips.
Number 1, there is no manual.
There is no Fight Club.
when this dude wanted to get started, he didn't hire a trainer. First, he turned to the internet, as we all do, and then, as he began to compete, got advice from the other competitive eaters, and quoted, if you enter enough contests, you get friendly with them, and they'll share their tidbits of how to make things happen, he says. Okay, that's number one.
Yep.
There is a season and a professional association, so don't go outside the season or the pros because you will be shunned, I would say.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Major League Eating puts on some 70 contests each year, including July 4th. This is American, obviously. Obviously, this is all fucking America.
It's got to be.
Most contests take place during the warmer months, exactly the opposite time from when the most people want to be eating pounds and pounds of food.
Well, is that deliberate to make it harder to like up the stakes? Is that what that is?
Well, you
do
don't want to
reckon?
be having this eating competition and no one comes out because it's snowing.
Yes,
True
that's a good point.
It's a money making thing.
Yeah.
It means yeah, it's hard to keep cool, like, because you're on the stage and you're eating pounds of meat and you get the meat sweats. So last year, Nathan, it was brutal, he says. The women who competed first let the men know that it was very, very hot on the stage. And so, quote, we iced ourselves down. That's why the numbers didn't go so low for so that it didn't go, the eating wasn't as intense that year because they were too busy sweating. So you have to stay cool. That's another tidbit.
Be cool, be calm.
Be cool, be calm. There is no manual, right? Water is a competitive eater's most important training tool, apart from, I would say, his mouth.
Biggest enemy. Oh yeah, apart from his teeth and and mastication in general.
What does the water do?
Well,
because remember there was a few pods back. There was that woman who won the radio competition for drinking water and then proceeded to
drown,
die.
Yeah. So have a bit, not too much.
It's probably not a surprise that the typical human stomach can't hold the 30 or more hot dogs that a competitive eater routinely wolf down. After watching after watching Nathan's first competition, this other guy, Salem, decided he was not going to try right there, but to eat 20 hot dogs and buns. Right? Wait. I did 3. Yeah, so I did 3 or 4, and it was like, I'm done, he says. I couldn't continue. He needed to increase his stomach capacity, which he did by drinking large amounts of water. He worked his way up to a gallon. Now, we've talked about a gallon.
3.88
which he can now drink in under a minute.
Litres.
And he does so almost daily when he's preparing for a competition.
See, now, this is the thing, right? So, just a little side note there. When this guy is preparing for his 60 hot dog record, so I know I can do 60 hot dogs in under 15 minutes or whatever, he's doing that 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Right? Minimum, because it's the stretching, it's the stretch, right? So, so when you see them competing and they're going hoik, inhaling those hot dogs in a backwards hoiking manner,
wolfing it.
they've already done that all through the week. Rehearsals, but like. So the word purge comes to mind, right?
It sure does.
Right?
And how does it come out?
Purge.
Does your poo come out in a red casing?
Yeah, you're not digesting. There's not enough
hours in the day.
There's not enough stomach acids to break down that. You
40
have to
yeah.
purge.
Yeah. 4 kilos.
You don't
of
want
lips
to damage.
and arseholes.
You don't want to damage your main tube purging, right?
No.
Now.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah, your biggest tool is your throat, and you don't want to be.
No.
Anyway, you have to go up and up. He's saying so. You can't just. You got to go. Once you've done a gallon, you got to start doing a gallon and a bit. You know, you got to keep going up. It's conditioning. Most people can work their way up to a gallon in a month. A gallon weighs 8 pounds. 8 pounds weighs 25 kilos. 25. I don't know what 8 pounds is. Dan.
Let's say
7 pounds. It's like
3 kilos.
No, pound,
could look it up.
I think a pound is less than a kilo.
Could look it up.
Could.
Yeah.
But what's the
anyway?
On that?
Yeah. Just Google it.
Go
our
fuck yourself.
our overseas listeners going, we know what it is. It's a pound.
Yeah,
they know what it is.
true that.
The
No doubt.
kilo, it's weird. It's weird.
No
it's
doubt,
weird.
no
It's weird.
doubt, no
It's weird.
doubt.
In the majority of contests, we're not consuming that amount of capacity. So we've expanded, and so on competition day, there's still room
I'm
left.
getting meat sweats just listening to it.
Joey Chestnut will consume maybe 5 or 6 pounds. If you do a gallon of water, you're competitive with most of the eaters. He stresses that this strategy is for the pros. You definitely shouldn't try it at home.
Oh, well, why the fuck would you? First of all, budget. Food budget for the week.
Yeah, but Frankfurts are pretty much the cheapest food you can buy. So
Yeah,
if
that
you're
is
on a
right.
budget
That is right.
and
What's-
you want to binge on something,
It says here he's
Hot dog
in
wheel
training.
Franks.
He's doing. See, this guy's got the
Bachelor
right.
chow.
This guy's got the right idea. He's going the cheap option, but he's also going a vegetable, healthier option. So
soy based.
yeah, he'll go 2 or 3 times a week. He'll steam 6 to 8 pounds of broccoli and cauliflower.
And inhale that at rapid
Yeah.
rates, which could also fucking kill you. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Does the same rule apply to the carrot juice as the broccoli? No, you
quite
know.
possible.
right.
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also adds a couple pounds of sauerkraut just for safety.
Just
So,
for for bad breath reasons.
and eats it
broccoli
in
and
about
sauerkraut.
20
I
minutes.
love sauerkraut.
So I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are fucked. At a fast pace, but not in contest mode. So he wants to eat that 8 pounds of broccoli, cauliflower, and sauerkraut in about 20 minutes at a fast pace, but not at competition pace. So you're not having all the sodium and the salts and the arse and lips of the hot dogs.
Yeah.
You're having cauliflower. It's healthy. It's basically healthy.
Ooh.
333.
Yep.
Now, number 4.
Just while we're on to shoving your face full as fast as you possibly can, it's one thing that I've found quite hard to deal with while over in Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. Everyone seems to, food's there to be enjoyed. Savor the moment. But you get a bowl of noodles and they lean over onto the edge of the table. I'm trying to demonstrate while I'm telling
I can
everyone.
see it.
And they just sort of push it in like this and make the most fucking disgusting slurping noises.
To you.
To you.
To you.
Yeah, to you. Not to them.
Not to them.
Because if they're all doing it and you're not, you're the common denominator.
Don't like
And
it.
didn't you
Don't
say?
like it.
And didn't you say sorry to do this to you, Dan? The spitting thing. It's a cultural thing, isn't it? Like cleaning
The free spit.
the free spit.
It and the clearing your fucking throat.
19 people just dropped off listening
Yeah.
just then. Okay,
I'm one of 'em.
So I'm
See you later.
going to ask you a question about. I've given you a few ideas of how you'd start to prepare your body. The gallons of water, cauliflower, eat at a fast pace. So what else could you imagine you would need to do for game day? How about,
I reckon you've got to not eat.
Yeah.
Be hungry.
Perhaps-
Be some
perhaps-
kind of hungry.
You're
perhaps
dead.
do
You're
a-
out.
I'm out.
You're out.
Do a course of
Gotta eat.
laxatives.
Yeah.
To
Clear the pipes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you a clue, right? What about something simple as jaw strength?
Okay.
Okay, so
So we're back to the cucumbers again, are we?
True.
Right?
If I get a big packet of chips, by the end of the packet of chips,
Jaw's
my
fucking sore.
jaw's sore.
Okay.
I
yeah,
got
do you
jaw
know
sore.
why? Because
Okay.
you have eaten those packet of chips like you're a competitive eater. I've seen you eat chips.
True. True
It's
that.
like you
I
could
do love a
breathe,
chip.
You could breathe in between.
I could.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
Although I did eat a packet of chips last night, one of the big boys, by myself in about 25
Yeah, you
minutes.
hoiked it.
Now, when you're in an eating contest, you don't want your jaw getting tight, as I just said. Some competitive eaters will chew up to 6 pieces of gum or chewing gum, as we like to call it here in Australia, at a time to strengthen their jaw muscles. He says that's
I'm not a big gum fan.
Another method, which I'm a big
And
fan
I think
of.
it's a laxative effect too.
'Cause it
Too
gets the
many
juices
pieces
going.
of chewy.
Sure. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Another method, which I personally like, because you're not consuming all those sugars and stuff. He chews on a silicone tube that doctors recommend for patients who have had jaw surgery, or for kids with autism who need things to chew on.
Or people who are just about to be electrocuted and they go, bite onto this.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're gonna spew into this. That's what comes to my mind.
I've got Many
Well,
more.
What about
notes.
so that's how you prepare.
Yeah, some
Well,
of
what
them.
are the records? Right?
Sure.
What are the records
Yeah.
here? Now, I just quickly looked up on the internet Google machine that 1 kilogram in our real measurement terms of weight equals 2.2 pounds. So let's just round it off. 2 pounds, 1 kilo.
Cool.
Right?
Well, I was gonna come at it from another angle and go. I know that an ounce is 28 grams, and that there's 4 ounces in a pound, or is there not?
Jesus Christ, my head is aching over here.
Okay.
Okay, so what about listening to some of
Stats.
these? Let's get some stats.
I got some stats.
So we'll go with something that's on topic to the film.
Sure.
Cherry pies.
Yes, good one, Tim.
Right, cherry pie eating competition. Jamie, the Bear McDonald, 9 pounds 8 ounces in 6 minutes. So that's 9 pounds is
9 pounds. So we're doubling, are we? Or no, halving.
no double the pound to 1 the kilo.
Yeah, so 9 was 4.5
4 kilos.
kilos.
That's a lot of fucking
And
pie.
is
That's in pie terms.
is is Warrant the house band for
Oh,
the
sure.
event?
Yeah.
my cherry pie.
Yeah, you should be playing that in every
Put a
cherry
smile
pie
on your
competition.
face.
There's a bacon record.
Bacon.
Mark Lyle, also known as the human vacuum.
Okay.
They're all
So he's-
spicy, aren't they? Like they've
Oh,
got
it
some
really
names,
is.
and it's like wrestling.
The human vacuum. Hoik. 54 pieces of bacon in 5 minutes. 54 pieces of bacon. I can do that.
How
Are
many
they
pieces? How big are the
middle
bacon?
rashers? Are they like short rind? Are they you know?
Just on that, hate rasher bacon when it's said in advertising.
I'm not
Hate
a big,
it.
I'm not a big fan
Hate
of
it.
the.
It's a piece of bacon. It's a slice of bacon. It's
Did you
not
go
a rasher.
did you go the shortcut, long cut, fat cut?
I usually go for the shortcut rindless.
So do I. I go the rindless. I go the rindless.
Well, it's more meat to you. It's more bacon
Well,
for you.
shit, I don't want to be
Yeah.
paying
For
for
your buck.
rind.
No, you don't.
And the full bacon strap is quite fatty.
Yeah, and can I just say, in America, they're all about that bacon, but for fuck's sake, they cannot cook bacon. Right?
Right.
They cook the fuck out of it. Right?
Okay.
So you get it's like salty, shriveled. It was
Awful.
rank.
Right.
Right?
Is it almost like
I'm not down with
Did
that.
you have some grits?
I did have some grits.
Do you
Did
like
I talk about
grits?
the grits?
I don't
We
know.
went to a
calf?
diner.
a breakfast thing. Now, Vanessa and my meal is like our meal choice breakfast all the way.
100%.
We're about that breakfast.
I love an all day breakfast.
So somebody gives us a hot tip. You got to go down to this. It's called Egg, right? I mean, the place is called Egg,
yeah.
right? So we get down there, and then we're sitting there. We're going to order the most epic breakfast of all time. I'm like,
Did you order eggs over easy?
No, I didn't,
Okay.
because
Pancakes.
there was people getting served around us, and they were like the most epic fucking meals that were just described to us. You got to go down there, you got to try it out, and then so far so good. We got this sourdough bread, we got this heavy dough bread, we got big fluffy eggs being delivered to everybody else. So we're like, right, let's
That's
get
what
the
we
menus.
want.
That's what we want. Let's do it. Let's go the hog. Let's go. Scrambled eggs and grits and the works. What is your interpretation of what grits is?
I think it's like deep fried cornbread or something.
Keep
Yeah.
going. What else?
That's it.
Grits
isn't
and
it?
bits. So like even like bits of baked potato, some like shreds of bacon like chopped up in there. It's grits, right?
What?
I don't
That's
know.
what I
I
was
thought it was
thinking.
just deep fried cornbread.
All right, so bits and grits. So you're
Okay.
thinking cornbread. What do you think grits is?
Well, I thought it was like the leftover smegma from like when a pop in Queensland was doing egg floaters. So you get a lard. You start with lard, and then you boil it. You get it to boil, and then you break an egg into it, and you deep fry an egg floater.
That sounds
Right,
delicious.
and then-
That sounds delicious.
So the leftover fatty stuff at
Crispy
the end of the
bits.
cook at the end of the cook is your grits.
Okay, good. Right. So
Okay.
both I would eat both of those things.
And I wish we could have some
So
grits
we
right
got grits,
now.
and then we got, because we didn't want to miss out on, like, I didn't want to get served something that wasn't as good as Vanessa's one, and then we'd have to share it, and like we both went, let's go for it. Let's get the same thing because we want eggs and grits. We're thinking grits. It sounds gritty. It sounds like fire.
Like
We
you're
get
in
it.
amongst it, Tim. Like you're in America.
Then they come out. We waited a little while for it, so it's going to be good. It's going to be good. They're making it big. They put the plate in front of us, and grits is plain white porridge plopped on the plate. So we had a tiny handful of scrambled eggs and a big blob of gelatinous
grits.
Porridge.
Was it
Vanessa's most hated food in the entire universe is porridge.
Wait, let me guess. Porridge? Oh, damn
Correct. It's grits. And
So
we
is it-
sat
is it-
there, and I went.
So is this another case of people call different things in different countries different things from us? Like sidewalks a footpath and
and
soda
a toilet's
is
a bathroom? You got your thong.
Yeah.
Is actually
you got your beaver.
Yep. You got your fanny.
Yep.
Yep. We ordered the fanny.
Sure did.
I must say.
So what did
it
you
was
say?
so fucking disappointing.
So
Did you
where
get
was
honey,
the
or-
where was the bacon and the fucking mushrooms?
There was
and
bacon on the side, like I said. It was over fucking done, like
it's
the crispiest
crispy.
fucking thing. So you couldn't you can't dip that bacon in the grits. It's fucking porridge. You got to put sugar on the porridge to make it even remotely palatable. So you got this savory, salty bacon versus a sloppy, gelatinous fucking
Well,
grits.
I would like
and
to
some.
Toast.
I
that
was
was
eating the equivalent of the Chinese equivalent to grits almost every day while we were in some cities in Chickadee, China. They call it congee. It's rice-based porridge.
Okay,
but
so like
instead,
a rice pudding kind of thing.
No, like rice and water cooked down until it's like porridge. But inside it, they put pork and they put the 1,000-year eggs. You know, the black
Oh yeah, you were talking about
gelatinous.
that. Isn't that what sent you
scary
to the dunny?
Nah, that was just spice for every meal. But it's seriously
I've
delicious.
got an egg thing that as soon as you got your eggs, right?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you go above that, let's go duck egg. I start feeling weird. Go below that to
I know
a
what
quail
you're talking
egg.
about.
to
Yeah.
a quail egg. I feel weird again.
Okay.
Right?
So an ostrich egg is impossible to want to.
I don't know how I'd feel about.
I think they're green, which makes them even more like wiggity whack.
And duck is like way bigger than a chicken egg.
it's big,
but
it's a big
tasty.
egg.
Tasty.
It's a big egg.
Rich.
Yeah, it's good. How would you have a duck egg? Fried it up?
You could have it however the fuck you want. It's just bigger than a chicken egg.
Can I have some grits on the side?
By all means.
Yeah,
Look,
so that's
so-
very disappointing. I think we've covered the
Look,
the
there
eating,
is
the eating
like
factor.
there is some serious dangers, and like most of that information we got off a website called Munchies.
Oh, the other one.
So are there any like eating disasters that you've identified?
Well, there is choking is the fourth leading cause of unintentional injury death in competitive eating. I don't know what the other three.
Well,
what would they
it'd be heart attack.
Yep.
It would be shitting your lower intestines out of your asshole.
yeah.
Sweat death. Death by sweat.
Death by sweat.
Exploding colon.
You'd have to rupture your stomach. at
Stomach
some point.
rupture.
Surely that.
Yeah.
I reckon that's up there.
I reckon just basic things like obesity,
Obesity, yeah.
diabetes.
Diabetes. All right. Well, we can skip over
Put
that.
that,
That is.
put that to bed, the eating scene out of that movie.
Yeah. True that.
All right.
I mean, like, look, it's not so much the movie itself. It's what it actually triggers for us.
Look, you'll find out.
You'll work it out.
You'll figure it out. Yeah, inside the derby, we're closing all these unnecessary pages off. But I will just add the last one was that I saw here: frozen custard record. Ian the Invader Hickman £5, 8 ounces, 6 minutes.
Frozen
2008.
custard.
Yeah, what the fuck is that all about?
Like you could understand drinking custard, but frozen custard.
I do drink it. I do drink custard.
Mm.
I like it.
At
Yeah.
catering jobs and stuff.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I've been criticised for it in the past.
By who?
By me.
My dad. Statements such as, "What the hell are you doing? And why are you doing that?" I've heard the same thing from my wife. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I thought you'd like it.
I was just drinking this custard. Oh, I like custard.
It is disgusting.
It's not. It's
Well,
actually
no, when
quite-
you say it like that. Yeah, I think you should.
So look, I know we haven't gone right into what we usually do. Like we usually do
haven't.
3 or 4 little things.
Yeah, we usually.
it
definitely
really
do
But it's
more
so
than just
juicy.
one.
Yeah, it is.
Pardon the pun, but it was
There
too
was so much
juicy.
in it. But
No?
look, we are coming to the end of the episode,
Cool.
and just to let you know that what triggered that is the film Stand By Me with the cherry pie eating competition story that's inside of that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We did have a few other little things prepared for that movie.
We just
but
went down the rabbit hole.
Look,
and
look, there was just so much. Once we started looking into competitive eating, there was just so much in it
how
that
could you look away?
I did relate to your inhaling of the beers.
Yeah, and it's,
yeah.
I do. I also, I will eat a cheese platter. Like if I've been on the cans on the piss, and then someone brings out a cheese platter with all the little dips and the little nibblers and the thing, I will fucking eat that. Like
It's a competition.
like yes.
I've seen you do that. So the film Stand By
Stand
Me.
by me. Go and rent it at your local Blockbuster. I guess.
Yeah, you should. On VHS or Beta Max.
Today on the show, we're going to make pfeffernuss.
Yes. So in the Pfeffernussa,
Yes.
we got a little bit of a shout out from a dude I went to animation school with a couple of years ago, probably 2006, I'd like to say.
It's a long time ago, dude.
It was quite a lifetime ago. But he's moved on to bigger and better things. I was looking on the Facebook news feed, and Sean Johnson is his name. His podcast is Two Player Select, and he gets in the studio with another mate of his, and they talk about everything gaming.
Based in Japan, yeah?
They're in Japan, so everything gaming and what it's like living in Japan and things they observe. It's actually really interesting. If you're a gamer head, definitely get onto it because they're talking about all platforms of gaming, handheld,
Yep,
console, arcade, and the
Xbox
other ones.
One and VR. And all
yeah,
that
pretty cool
stuff.
show. Pretty cool show. And they're pumping up numbers.
It's not a competition, Tim.
So big shout out to Two Player Select.
In other news, in Pfeffernuss, jeez.
We still have the Facebook page going, which
Doesn't get many hits.
no, it does actually. We're getting up there.
Good 7.
Okay.
Yep, not too bad.
I
think we post previous episodes up there, so you got a hot link straight to the Audio Boom site. And if you're wondering, you can go to iTunes, type in Turnstile Records Presents, and you can find us, subscribe to us because that helps us
rate and
come
review.
on the-
We were checking out the stats. Tim and I were checking out the stats of who's listening, where they're listening to. Now, I want to put a call out, a $50 call out, to the 2 people or 3 people that are listening to us in Spain.
Yeah.
Apparently.
On regular.
On the regular.
On the
regs.
regular. Okay.
Now,
regs.
I don't think I believe it. To be honest,
Stats don't lie, mate.
Stats
don't lie.
might be lying.
No. They're taking.
Why?
Although
This could be guys that do all of their online stuff through VPNs.
that's what I was about to bring up. If VPN does say, but you're not going to get VPN interference through iTunes, for example.
Why not? You know how Apple charges a fraction of what they charge here in the US, so everyone gets a VPN to pretend that they're in the US so they can access content at a fraction of the price.
And that's the Pfeffernuss, brought to you by Danoz and the scammery that is his
Turnstile
VPN.
Records. Well, on behalf of Turnstile Records presents the Escape Pods, that's not even a mouthful. I would like to thank Daniel Danoz Vaughan and Timmy the Taco 10 Fingers for coming in one more time. And welcome to Season 4, and thank you for listening. And
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button. The ship will self-destruct in exactly 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Who are you? One pod left. And the 3 of us.
The escape pod. The escape pod. What if there are droids in the escape pod? The sensors wouldn't pick them up.
Escape puzzle sounds really nice. Well, boys, it's a very lovely ship. I think you should look out. Goodbye.